everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to compare two lip products, and these are the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint compared to the Etude House Max Chic Lip Lacquer. I decided to give this a comparison because when I first got the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, it just straight away reminds me a lot of the Etude House Max Chic Lip Lacquer, and actually applying it reminds me a lot of the Etude House Max Chic Lip Lacquer as well. So I thought I'll give this a try and tell you guys my thoughts. So I'll tell you guys about the packaging, the smell, the colors, the comparison, the swatches, the price, and just stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, just keep on watching. So for the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, the finish is supposed to give you a matte finish but also very weightless on the lips and very light. And straight away it reminds me a lot of the Petit Peta Eddie in Velvet, where it's supposed to feel very light and fluffy. I don't know, and smooth on your lips. And this Etude House Powder Rouge Tint definitely feels like you can keep layering it because it does feel really light on the lips. Now compared to the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, it's supposed to give you a matte finish as well, which obviously it does, and at the same time when you actually apply, it does give you that oil based finish, which means that it makes it feel very smooth on your lips, and then once it's set you don't feel that oil based finish at all. And one thing I really love about this, and it has been, you know, like my top 5 to go to, you know, ever since I got it, is that it is so smudge proof, it is transfer proof, kiss proof, waterproof. Like this just wouldn't budge. Now compared to this one, the Powder Rouge, it does give you a matte finish, but also when you set it, it does feel like there's something really oily or buttery on your lips still. In a way it gives you a nice texture because then it just feels very moisturizing on the lips, but again it doesn't give you like a complete matte finish compared to the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer. Of the colors, the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, because it is a new collection, it did release 8 different colors, but they are all based on like a red color theme because that's what they were doing. So 8 colors for the Powder Rouge Tint. Compared to the Etude House Matte Chic Lacquer, it actually have 14 of the original colors, no wait, 12 of the original colors, and then they decided to add 2 more colors. And then I also have the Blossom Picnic, which is an additional 3 colors, which means altogether I have 17 colors. So they have really 17 colors of the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, which consists of a variety of colors, which I'll show you guys later on. Like I said before, it really looks very similar. But for the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, it does have that frosty finish compared to the Powder Rouge Tint, but both of them actually feels like almost the same and the packaging looks very similar. But the Powder Rouge Tint is definitely a bit higher, a bit longer than the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer. Now in regards of the applicator, I'm going to open it up for you guys. So the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer actually have this S cursive line. Oh my god, am I zooming? Is it zooming? Is it focusing? So the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer at the bottom has that S curvy line, which means it lies really nicely on the lips when you apply, compared to the Powder Rouge Tint, which is this rounded tip, which I've mentioned in my Powder Rouge Lip Tint video. It doesn't give you a nice definition on the top of the lip because it just gives you like that fine line on the top and it just doesn't blend really nicely. So for the rounded tip, I would just suggest applying mainly on the bottom and then just smudge it out, and then it just gives you that blur effect. But the S curve one, the Matte Chic Lacquer, just gives you much more of a detailed one, which means when you apply it just gives you a nice definition on your lips and just give you a sharper finish as well. The Matte Chic Lacquer, it contains 4 grams, and the Powder Rouge Lip Tint actually only contains 2.7 grams, which doesn't make sense to me because if you see, the Powder Rouge Lip Tint is actually obviously higher than the Matte Chic Lacquer, but the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer contains more than the Powder Rouge Lip Tint. Price for this are very similar. The Powder Rouge Lip Tint on this different sites, it varies between $7 to $8/9, and the Matte Chic Lip Lacquer varies between $7 to $10, so the price differences is actually very similar. Both of them just smells like lipsticks to me, like doesn't have any floral scent, but if I really smell it really deeply, the Etude House Powder Rouge Tint actually smells a little bit like vanilla, but very faint, but both smells very similar, just smells like lipstick. So if you guys are not into heavy scented stuff, these two products will be good for you. In regards of the colors, I have actually swatched all of them on my arms here, trying to find a good position to be in. So these are all the colors. So on the top are all the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, so all 17 colors, compared to 8 of the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint colors on the bottom. So as you can see with the Etude House Powder Rouge Tint, they are all just based on that red undertone, compared to the Etude House Matte Chic Lacquer, which contained pink, orange, coral, even a beige shade or purpley shade. So yeah, when I first swatched this, I'm going to sit down now because I'm really tired because I was like squatting before. Got of the color comparison, I first swatched all of this on a paper to see which one actually looks similar, and I thought I found 5 different colors that were similar. But actually swatching them on the hand and actually looking at the colors again, I couldn't really find a lot of similarities, and I managed to find one color which I thought was similar, which is RD301 with the Powder Rouge Lip Tint RD305, which I am currently wearing on my lips. But actually swatching it on my lips, the colors is actually completely different. So I can't really find a comparison with all of these colors, which I'm actually very surprised because I thought I could find similar ones. But what I actually realized is that with the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, a lot of the red colors have the orange or pink undertone base. Compared to the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, all of the colors have that red undertone base, which means that that's probably why it's different to each other. I guess like it's, yeah, so I mean, even though the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, like I mentioned, they were like 4 colors, they were very similar to each other because of the red undertone. There's no comparison with the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, so these are all the colors. Lastly, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the transfer. So on my left I have the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, and on my right I have the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint. So I have a serviette here, I'm just going to fold into half. Voila. So as you can see, there is nothing for the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer, and this is the Etude House Powder Rouge Lip Tint, which you can see has a little bit of transfer. I'm just really shocked by every time I use the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer. I'm just shocked every single time that it just doesn't have any transfer. Like, how crazy is that? But one tip is that you need to make sure that you set it, like leave it, you know, dry, and then it will be, you know, transfer proof. If you like try and do anything straight after, obviously it's not gonna set properly, it's not gonna it will transfer, so definitely let it set for a bit. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy my comparisons between the Etude House Matte Chic Lip Lacquer compared to the Powder Rouge Lip Tint. If you have any more questions, put it down in the comment box below and I'll make sure to answer you guys there. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys!